Good morning, everybody. This is Jay Funkadelic speaking, and welcome to the Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 34. I remember when, in the hip-hop world, I remember when Fat Joe got booed in Chicago, which was a messed up situation with himself. You know, people don't respect the industry like they always want to do it and how they do it. It really bothers me and it gets on my nerves from the time being that a lot of people don't respect Fat Joe and his work that he's been doing from back then. But you know, Fat Joe's my man. I liked Fat Joe's work when he did it in the studio, from the situation with my man that always brings me a lot of love and joy and happiness from the time being. You know, this is the Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 34. And Jay Funkadelic talks that talk and speaks his own truth for every youth and generation. For what I'm saying, you know, a lot of MCs that try to rap in the studio, they don't have to sound right. They mumble and they spit so lame that most of these rappers ain't got no taste and flavor. How could you represent for the time being who you are today? Literally that I know, rappers are going to be disrespectful. They're going to be rude. They might have altercation in their lives. They might get shot and killed in their stomachs. Probably in the near future. We don't know until we see it. From that time being that all these MCs that try to get on the mic and rap wherever the hell they like and do what they do, you know, the situation keeps going further and further until they get shot and killed from an altercation that most of these rappers might have in their life. We see it on the news. We see it on the internet. I love the internet and I love television and I like listening to rock and roll on Cube 104.3. You know, I had to switch up my genre to listen to rock with hip-hop music. Last night I was talking to Bars in the Garage and we was having a lot of fun, like hearing one of my demo tapes, but I know they weren't feeling it, but I just like to spit bars and do my own thing, to switch my own flow up. I ain't trying to like maintain or blow up or nothing, for my mind straight, the way I see things drastically, that I understand why this is the reason that I put my lyrics out and do my own thing for the record straight, and so on and so on. You gotta respect rappers like Public Enemy, EPMD, MC Lyte, and etc. You know, from the whole hip-hop generation. Whatever happened to Fat Joe when he got booed in Chicago? Y'all let me know how he got booed. Why did he get booed for that type of reason? I don't know. Maybe he must have did something. Maybe he was talking all that garbage and saying all that crazy stuff. What he was saying when he started performing in Chicago, he got booed. And eventually Hulk Hogan got booed in his own arena from the WWE. The way I see it, the way I do my own thing, when people are just spiteful and sarcastic, y'all know the facts of the meaning of life from the black Americans that started hip-hop. You know, there was one, you know, a Jamaican DJ didn't start hip-hop. It was the funk from the hip-hop that started hip-hop. You know, the funk of not the trap, not the drill, from the funk of the rap songs from the African Americans and the Jamaicans and all the black people that supported hip-hop for like over like almost 52 years already. The way we see the rap game keep on changing drastically, from people escaping from the killing fields to do what they want to do and making sure everything goes like a good propaganda, from the only agenda we always spit with. You know, we don't rap like nitwits or nothing. We just like you know, rap the way we should be doing. But underground lives forever. How many of y'all listen to the underground hip hop? How many of y'all be listening to that crazy underground hip hop stuff? I'm feeling the rap underground, no doubt. Don't sleep. Yesterday I bought a new computer. My other computer was acting up, and I got rid of it. The sound got messed up for that type of BS reason. And you'll know how I felt about getting a new computer last night and knowing how to work it, knowing how to DJ with it, knowing how to rock my own funky joints with it. I'll be back on my turntables later on, like in another hour or so. And, I feel the way I should really feel about life and getting it on. For my word is born to be a rap phenomenon. Y'all know the situation. Y'all know the vibes. How I kick stuff for the flavor, for the hell of it. Y'all really know about me spitting on the mic and trying to write the rhymes. I can make beats, but I don't know what the pattern could be like when you do it from Fruity Loops or Logic or Pro Tools or some kind of stuff like that y'all be producing and creating your own craft. From doing the right thing and making the beat sound proper and getting known to spit your bars, even you know how to do it correctly, making sure it's a propaganda that you spit the way you should do it, no matter what could happen in life, no matter how I see situations go on like this. You know the flavor of what I'm talking about. You know how people are just jealous the way you spit, and people are just getting the altercations all the time from them studio gangsters that we all talked about from the mafioso days. Shout out to the Shark. I wish I was on. Wish I was. He was on my live right now, spitting some real stuff, getting where I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I would like to talk to the Shark if I need to. Situation keeps on doing stuff forever the way I see some stuff like that. A lot of rappers don't respect nothing. We gotta represent hip hop to the fullest. Selling out the culture we do not do. No matter what can happen in life. The way I really recommended, a lot of people are just lame and real stupid the way they carry on in the situation, being the rap game. Kind of hard to blow up. People are scared to blow up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of frightening when people try to like get on the mic and they spit in the whole arena. And most of y'all suckers don't know how to spit properly. I know most of y'all people want to get booed or maybe screwed or sued for what you're using, what type of beat you're rhyming to. But a freestyle could be the most best thing you can ever try to be in life, to spit the way that I recommended for the situation that be popping off the way I see it. We all know hip hop is one. Hip hop is number one. If you don't respect rappers like Grandmaster Caz or Melly Mel or some of them people that try to like inspire you, you know, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why you try and be so lame. How the way you act in front of these hip hop legends, you got to respect the whole hip hop culture. The way I see the situation go on in the whole entire career when it's part of life. The situation keeps on going on and on and on to the break of dawn. You know, my love for hip hop is on the underground, the funk, and the old school and the rock and roll type of thing, because rock and roll is a spirit. Y'all remember rock and roll is a goddamn spirit. The way I make my own situation get further down, further notice that I just like to spit a lyric wherever I feel like it, wherever I want to freestyle and get busy on the mic and try to like be the best king of MCing the way I see the situation go on like that. You know how I handle a situation with all these rappers that want to make it out there, getting record deals, signing contracts, and knowing the elements and knowing the history of hip hop, because I've been all around every genre there was in my own entire life and doing things in my own hip hop career from the bottom up, from the bottom down. But we know how people represent that rap stuff to the fullest. We all know people are just kind of lame to spit on the mic. If you know how to rap, maybe you should learn how to do a wordplay or a lyric or say something to be Italian or any type of lyricist that you are. It doesn't matter if you're a race. It doesn't matter what race you are. You know, getting known to be a lyrical spitter and a heavy hitter, not a quitter, but, you know, my lyrics are really tight. I didn't give a damn about people popping champagne, looking for cars, talking about rappers when they want to get all that money and the situation. You know, you got to understand about the crap, you know, because I was watching Ice-T's documentary, The Art of Rap, like several years back when it came out with the movie From Nothing to Something. How many of you watched that hip hop documentary, Rhyme and Reason? I remember seeing that movie back in 1997 when they had the Whitestone Cinema in Whitestone. How y'all remember? How many of y'all remember the Whitestone Theater, the movie theater? When I was watching a rap documentary for Miramax Pictures to see that Rhyme and Reason movie. How many of y'all watched that? How many of y'all be playing Def Jam 5 for New York? How many of y'all saw MTV? How many were watching MTV too when they had the hip hop videos going viral and worldwide the way you see something like that on television? How could you recommend it, hip hop to be the number one culture in the music genre, the way I listen to all types of hip hop, but the drill, you know, sometimes when you listen to drill, I know y'all understand it. Some of y'all few understand it, but most grown folks don't understand it, period. The way I look at it from the bottom of the heart, that I'm representing hip hop from the culture, from the bottom, from everything that I know about rap and getting seen on stage and performing. If the mic is broken, you know how to work a mic. You just got to get the sound set correct. You know, you got like the on the generator working. If it don't work, then you would have to like cancel the show or do some other crap that you've been not even checking out or even listening to, or what the reasons what I'm saying. I'm a lyricist, but I'm not a terrorist. You know, you gotta, you know, the only hip hop that I studied from was Dr. Seuss. Listen, how many people y'all remember Dr. Seuss? Sorry for the stuttering, but how many people in hip hop remember Dr. Seuss? Okay, from the old flicks of Dr. Seuss, not the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm talking about when you're around like saying cat hat or like any wordplay that they use, you know, the way they want to rhyme and say what they say and feel like they're getting all that attention that people spit their bars and, you know, write their stuff constantly on a piece of paper with a pencil or a pen. How they way to see the lyrics with the alphabetical order, but it's really not that. It's just that you got to rhyme when it says it properly. You know, the way you rhyme is like you got to like write nice and neat on the piece of paper and, you know, put the commas. Every time you want to say a rhyme, you got to put commas after you say your first bar. And then you go to the next bar, you put the comma. Third bar, comma. Fourth bar, comma. That's how you try to like be slick with the wordplay, doing lyrics the way you should have. Just like KRS once said, rap is something you do, hip hop is something you live. You know, from the situation that I'm getting known from all the people that I've seen on networking and social media type of thing. You know what I'm talking about. You understand my own elements, and I could understand other elements that I learned from when I was in two schools to be a dope MC. You'll know the vibes. You know the flavor. You know what the hell I'm talking about. You realize, you recognize how the way I am, how I feel about situations like this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not really want to rhyme. You know, there's a lot of Spanish rappers out there that rap in Espanol. They can rap in French. They can rap in any type of language. It doesn't matter, whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't trying to curse at anybody. I'm not trying to say some profanity because people are watching me on the internet. I can't even curse. I could just keep everything clean. Not like a sex machine like James Brown would say. You know what I'm saying? I can keep it authentic when I'm talking to everybody because Jay Funkadelic is a Jedi. When he spits his bars and getting ready to turn up, no matter how the situation goes down. You know what I'm saying, right? You know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I do best. Huh. A lot of people just love to do what they do in life. I like to be on Fat Joe Talks. I like to talk to Fat Joe and have a conversation with the guy, know about my own hip hop, know what he says I'm part of the culture. But it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? What's your opinion to be a fact that Fat Joe said, I'm known to be in the culture of the whole hip hop game. I know millions of rappers out there that don't got record deals. I know a lot of rappers that got deals. I know a lot of underground hip hop rappers that got deals and no deals. You know what I'm saying? I've been checking out YouTube and I've been listening to a lot of underground hip hop from the channel Real Rap Family. Go to Real Rap Family. Maybe you understand what I'm talking about to hear all that underground hip hop stuff that I like to listen to and make a good hip hop underground record from the bottom up. You know what I'm talking about. This is the Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 34. Because when I rap, I always keep it hardcore for the record straight. I'm trying to get my mind straight from hearing all this hip hop thing, kicking that New Jack Swing from Heavy D or Guy or Teddy Riley when he did the New Jack from the 90s. Because most people that listen to hip hop in the 90s, it has to be like in the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Like they played with Cool DJ Red Alert or Chuck Chill Out or Super Rockin' Mr. Magic or DJ Marley Marl. The elements is a good thing to learn about when you try to rap and know the history. You know what I'm saying? Here's a fact. Did you know when Coochie Rap, did you know that Coochie Rap wrote the lyrics to A Chick on the Side and he gave it to Salt and Pepper to rhyme off to? Did y'all know that did you know that Coochie Rap is one of my top 5 dead or alive MCs in the hip hop game? Do y'all know the way that Coochie Rap he spit when he did Road to the Riches, or It's a Demo, or the Rhymes I Express, or the Butcher Shop or Cold Cuts? The best song that Coochie Rap did on the '89 album Road to the Riches was Cold Cuts. That was my joint because the joint sounded funky, it sounded authentic, and it was really good the way he would be slick with the wordplay when Coochie Rap was on the mic and spitting all these bars similar to Big Daddy Kane or Grandmaster Cash or Melly Mel or Kid Flash to Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. How many of y'all remember um, Godfather Don? How many remember all these rappers that I've been hearing like MC Sergio or Steezo, Young MC, or any other rapper like JJ Fad or We Papa Girls or the Cookie Crew? I'm taking it back from the essence. How many remember the Dark Sun Riders from the X Clan? How many remember Yahoo Front? How many remember the UMCs? I'm talking hip hop that really existed, like saying Jockbox from that rap group, the Skinny Boys. And Father MC was a dope rapper too when he did the One Night Stand record. How many remember Father MC doing that One Night Stand record? Y'all let me know how you listened to that real hip hop from the 90s and the 80s. 80s was a good hip hop era. You know what I'm saying? There was an unreleased record by Chuck D that he did when he was in Spectrum City before he came out with Public Enemy. There was a record called Check Out the Radio and Lies. I did some unreleased hip hop records before I went to the studio. I did some unreleased rap records in the mid '90s, but there wasn't even ever released. I took my studio time to do it on a karaoke, and then I wrote the lyrics. It took me time to write lyrics for 35 years to get better at it. The way I see hip hop is changing from the years to come, and people are just like, learning stuff. how to rap. I started like buying hip hop in 1988. That was one of the best years of hip hop in the whole world. 1988 was a good year for hip hop because I was like about 12 years old when I started buying rap. Well, when I was like 8 years old, like 40 years ago, when I was 8 years old, I was listening to hip hop on the radio, like every now and then, like listening to freestyle like Madonna, Prince, or like Debbie Gibson, or Men Without Hats, and all these other people. Who remembers that record, Sign Your Name Across My Heart, from Terrence Arby, whatever the hell his name is. I can't even say it right. And then I understand they don't play that record on the radio anymore, called Don't Worry, Be Happy, from Bobby McFerrin. I remember that record. How many of y'all be thinking you remember that record from the bottom up? How many of y'all remember all those old rock and R&B hip hop joints that you never heard in a long time? You remember me? Who remembers that record, Bomb the Bass by Beat This? Who remembers that? Who remembers why you hear that Pump Up the Volume from the group called Mars? Marrs. Mars, Pump Up the Volume. They sampled the Rakim to do that record. And it was a lot of funky beats that was rocking from back in the day. Did you know Hot 97, the first record that Hot 97 ever played was Pump Up the Volume from Mars? Did y'all know that? That was one of the first records I ever heard they ever played on Hot 97. That was the originator record that they played on Hot 97 before this mumble rap started. You know what I'm saying? Before this trap and drill music started. You know what I'm talking about. You know how I get realistic with hip hop, and I get realistic with a lot of, mentors and culture elements that we all recognize and realize that people are just, to get known to spit some bars. But I'm taking over the rap game by storm. I'm restoring hip hop. A lot of people, y'all people like you're in the new generation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all people are just new school. When I was talking to a guy from Bars in the Garage last night, all y'all folks on that live was really new school. You know what I'm saying? You don't respect the elements of the culture. I don't know what the hell is wrong with y'all. I don't know what's wrong with you. You don't like the way I rap, then you're in another country. Then you're in another state. You're not even representing the Bronx. You're not repping New York. I'm a hip hop New Yorker, repping hip hop to the goddamn fullest. And y'all know what time it is. You know how I get down for mines. I run down the line for the situations that I've been spitting lyrics for like 35 to 36 years. Y'all don't represent the culture the way I do. A lot of y'all rappers that are older or younger than me, you have to understand when you like listen to the old school hip hop, and when you meet and greet with these old school rappers, you get somewhere in life. You gotta respect rappers like X Clan, Public Enemy, Poor Righteous Teachers. You gotta respect KRS One, Boogie Out Productions. You gotta respect DJ Scott LaRock. You gotta respect the Diabolical Biz Markie, the one that did the beatbox. You gotta respect Sonic. You gotta respect MC Light, MC Peaches, King of Swing, etc. From the old days, from the 80s and 90s. You gotta respect my man YZ, thinking of a master plan. You gotta respect these old school hip hop artists. And if you don't want to respect them, I don't know what the hell is wrong with y'all. I really don't get it. Your mind's in another world or something. Your mind might be in Venus thinking about, oh, you want to listen to this Atari space music. You want to hear Alf rapping to one of your songs. I didn't give a damn. Alf is the 80s. They got hip hop from outer space. They got hip hop from North and South Africa. They got it all over the world. And how do I feel about you rapping from if you lived in South Africa or New Zealand or like living in Maine? I remember when LL was in Maine, he performed one of his hip hop joints from '85 because he had a lot of studies to do in Maine with LL Cool J. You got to respect him. You got to respect E-Love. You got to respect all these hip hop all time greats like L Trim, The Cars Go Boom. You got to respect the people that you love, the culture. You got to love the whole culture. I don't care if you just came out with one record and you don't spit properly, and all of a sudden you mumble over words, and people doesn't understand what the hell you're saying. Why you would want to do something like that? Well, as a matter of fact, I'm about to end this podcast. This is the J Funkadelic Funkable Operator Podcast, episode 34. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.